the gray hairs of a man because of their wisdom.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you respect your elders, because they usually are the ones with the wisdom. But you really among our people, you ain't really got a lot of wise elders. Man.
That's right.
The real elders are in this truth, man.
That's right. And that's the difference between an elder. A young man can have this wisdom, but an older man has the experience to know when to use this wisdom. Yeah. That's when it's really beneficial to you, when you know when to apply it. Is that funny or is that real?
Don't antagonize them, man. They on vacation, right. Man. These heathens on vacation. They don't know what's going on, man.
That goes for 2/3 of our people, which are heathens too.
Yeah.
It says a little more. It says, verse 6. It says, "He shall find joy and a crown of gladness." That's why you want to stick with this thing, because you're gonna find joy and a crown of gladness, right? It says, "And she shall cause him to inherit an everlasting name."
Yeah, how is that? Well, ultimately that man has to be of the elect, you know. But that wisdom that y'all shall put on the earth is going to dwell in the men that are of the elect, that's out there preaching words in sincerity and truth.
It's a little bit next verse. But verse 7, "But foolish men shall not obtain her, shall not attain unto her, and sinners shall not see her. For she is far from pride, and men that are liars cannot remember her." Yeah, you ain't gonna. That's why I said, what we read in Proverbs, men of understanding will attain a wise counsel. You know, you'll gravitate this and only feed from this vine, only feed from this plant, only feed from this tree of righteousness and wisdom. Versus going into something else where you dilly dally at for a little bit. Now you're gonna go. What's the right word? I'll say it this way: where
you said the right word. You're gonna feed off of it.
Right.
You know, you're gonna get more. You're gonna come into the wisdom and become even more skillful. You know, because like the scriptures say, she will meet you, right?
Yep.
So if you take on wisdom, if you spend so much time with her, she's gonna elevate you. She's gonna exalt you, man.
Yep.
You're gonna start to elevate even more in the understanding, man. You know, I had a good one. Go ahead. If the brother said the right word, you're gonna feed off of it, right? So Rock 19 and Salaki, I thought I had it. Salaki, it's not it. I'll find it though. Yeah.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19. "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High Yahweh. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness." So the wisdom we speaking of is the knowledge and understanding, the true understanding of these scriptures. That when we believe through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we got 100% truth here. It's not the wisdom of this world when we speak of wisdom.
He said the wisdom of this world is foolishness.
Yeah.
So that goes for everything that's anti-Yahushua, everything anti-scriptures. That's foolishness, you know? Because none of that stuff can save you. Yeah, you might know some facts on anything, on any regular Jeopardy question or something like that. Right. But how is that going to pertain to your salvation? Right. How is that going to get you out of the hell that you're in? How is that going to get you away from the nukes? How is that going to keep you from the hour of temptation? It's not.
You said like the prudence or the most important areas of wisdom and knowledge of this world, of anything going on, is your salvation. Yep. That's cool to know how many wonders of the world there are, or how many foods that start with the letter Q or whatever. but the most important thing is what's going to get you into salvation.
Right. That stuff is important, you know.
Yep.
Who cares about, like what you say, what foods start with the letter Q?
And who cares how many theology degrees you have or how many doctrines you got? That ain't gonna get you salvation.
I found one of them. The one I was trying to look for was in the Apocrypha, but I found one close enough. In Proverbs 9, verse 9. It says, "Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning."
Yeah, And that's important to have, man. That's important to do. Because think about it. Would you? It's like any sport. Say, let's say baseball. Okay, I can pitch, right? But can you hit? Okay, I can pitch and hit, but can you catch? You know, like you want the more skills you have, the more opportunity to shine. But what are you shining for? You shining for you, or you shining for the Lord? Because the skills that you build yourself up with this word is gonna have you shining for the Lord, glorifying Him. Got it?
Sirach 21 and 15. If a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add unto it.
Yep.
I mean, he's gonna feed off of it, right?
Feed off of it.
But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, and he casteth it behind his back.
And that's the difference. Hey, there was a guy that walked by the same little, he might be a heathen, I don't know what he is. He walked by like this, just trying to fan his hand at it. But I don't know why you fanning your hand at it. Yeah, you're supposed to do that. Because it ain't for you. Whether you a Jake or not, if you don't believe in this thing, it's not for you. We don't want you if it's not for you.
That's one of them ones that
It's
we
better
do.
you leave it alone, take your missile, take your pain, take your destruction, and keep it pushing.
This is Matthew chapter 11, verse 25. And at that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hid these things from the wise and prudent, and have revealed them unto babes.
And see, that whole babe analogy is us, because we were humble. We humbled ourselves, and we were humble enough to receive it. A lot of you guys that get information and knowledge, like you're talking about niggas that get it, but what they do with it. A nigga gonna misuse it and abuse it. But a humble man is gonna take it for what it is and remain humble and keep increasing himself.
Because if
You'll feed off of it, right?
Because if a rich man just got the knowledge, say if Jay-Z, if Jay-Z was out there, well, he wouldn't do it. But just say Jay-Z was out here preaching the word in sincerity, diligence, and the truth. You know, everybody be looked at, only he could do it because he got the money, he got the fame, he got this many albums, and he out there doing it, man. So I gotta sell out, but I'm gonna be able to also preach the word too.
Right. They gonna try to follow his footsteps and get it done. But that ain't what this is about. This is about showing you that everybody can get this, that are first humbled in spirit, if you're an Israelite, of course, that's humbled in spirit can receive this thing. You know, you have your measure according to how the Heavenly Father gave it to you. You had with that, Brother Poor?
Yep. So Rock 6, I'm gonna start up. 6, and I'm gonna start at 32. It says, my son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive
understanding. He did not
understanding.
be ashamed. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High God, not unto your college professor, not unto your daddy and your mama, you know, not unto the neighborhood, but unto the Most High God. What everybody else is talking about, but unto Him. And the workman needeth not be ashamed. We got to get some slide.
It says, my son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. And that shows you that you are, when you come into this thing, you are supposed to be taught by men. Because you have a lot of rebellious niggas that, you know, knuckle dragging niggas that fell away, and they gave the vibration that it's all right to just learn on your own instead of being taught of the word. No, you get your wisdom by being taught by men who have the understanding, and they were taught of men. All right, the Lord always dealt with men. All right.
A baby that hasn't been taught anything is susceptible to get into all types of wickedness and dangerous things.
That's the scripture too.
Yeah, I mean, a child doesn't train up himself.
Right.
It has a guardian, a parent, that trains that child up, that instructs him, that shows him the right way, that gives him the knowledge. Hey, a lot of jakes that's very good at or skillful in a certain field is because their father gave him the skill. He taught him that trade. All right. Hey, when the Lord was a carpenter, his father was a carpenter.
Right.
Okay.
Joseph showed him how to get it done.
Yeah. Because he trained him to be a carpenter, man. This is a skill that I want you to learn, and you'll be able to not only make an honest living, but you'll be very skillful in this. You'll be very productive. You know? So hey, when you come into this truth and you get this understanding, men are instructing you in this. And then in turn, you go there and you instruct others. That's what happened with the disciples, and the disciples in turn, they took the gospel that our Lord was teaching them, and they went out and they taught the sheep, man. You know? And then, you know, next thing you know, you got fruit.
Yeah.
All right, let me finish this real quick.
Yeah.
It says, if thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
Yeah.
And if thou bow thine ear,
When do you get understanding? What's it gonna say next?
it says, if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise.
Go back to that wisdom. Go back to the understanding part of the verse.
It says, if thou wilt love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
If you love to hear it, then you'll receive understanding. Meaning you'll be able to understand it. Then the wisdom comes in when you can apply it. You will be wise because you know when to apply that knowledge and understanding.
If I may say that, that's con.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why these scoffers can't get it.
Yeah.
Because instead of actually listening and hearing and letting it resonate, letting it marinate,
They're trying to apply it somewhere.
and trying to apply it,
Yeah.
instead they don't give time for it to register.
No pictures.
Because they always got something that they have inside them to oppose it. You know, you're too busy doing a lot of talking and a lot of seeking and not receiving. That's your problem. While you're talking, you're blocking off what can get into you.
That's why the Apostle
You know?
Paul always say 2 ears.
2 ears and 1 mouth.
go.
You should be doing more of
Listening.
hearing because you have more than 2 ears. I mean, you have more than 1 ear, you know, and you only have 1 mouth. So you should be doing more in hearing.
Double the hearing.
Double the hearing and less talking. You know? But that's the problem with, that's why you can't get this. You're not humble enough to just sit down and let your soul receive it, man. You know? You keep bulking up at it. That's why it's not entering into you. It says, stand in the multitude of the elders
This is the part.
and cleave unto him that is wise.
Yeah.
Be willing to hear every godly discourse and let not the parables
Don't worry
of
about the
understanding.
secret things that are above you. It's like, but hear the godly discourse. You don't need to know the personal matters, but hear the godly discourse of these men. Because they're going to give you wisdom that you can now live by and apply it to your own life. Why? Because they have experience in it. They're applying it, trials and fails and successes that you can now rest with and live with.
Right, like that's why the scripture say, in the presence of how does it go? In the presence of wise men, he is one that heareth more than talking. Paraphrasing.
Little words.
Yeah. Make not yourself be equal with him. It says, but be willing to hear every godly discourse and let not the parables of understanding escape thee.
Yeah.
And if thou seest a man of understanding,
And what's
get thee.
what's the parables of understanding? The parts that you don't know, because a lot of times, like the movie Good Will Hunting, right? Matt Damon's character, he knew all the stuff that the book said, but he had no experience in it. But Robin Williams' character had experience in these things, and he began to relate them to him. Like, hey, you don't know what it is. You know all what the Sistine Chapel looks like, but you can't tell me what it smells like. You know? That's the difference. That's what the wisdom and the age and the experience will do. They'll give you the things that you, that's the parable of, what did it say, the parables of what?
Parables of understanding.
That's the parables of understanding, what it's actually like to be in there and feel what that's like to be in that situation. They'll give you the little details that you need for success.
It says, and if thou
And
seest
point
a,
out what's like, and point out where the pitfalls are at that you may not see coming, putting yourself in that situation. There you go.
it says, and if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
Yep.
You know?
You humble yourself to him and be ready to, attain unto that wise counsel and be ready to get instruction from him.
That's why when it said in Solomon, he basically went out to seek him and he didn't find him. But when he went out there, he found him.
Yep.
You know,
Wisdom found him.
wisdom found him, and when it found him, you best to believe, and he got the beat times to him.
Yep.
You know,
2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
Done. It's plain.
Yeah. If you can't understand it, it's because it's not for you.
In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them.
Because Yahweh Shemel Shai, he put like the script say, he put the blinders over the men on who he wants to blind, and unveils the blinders on the men that he wants to unveil. So it's all on him. If you're not able to, just like the Christian church say, accept him into your life. He has to accept you into this knowledge.
Right.
He said, you have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain. And that links up with was it Timothy, where it says you're gonna be able to teach others, and they shall be able to do the same thing, basically.
And I was gonna say, linebacker, what you said about what did you say right before that? You said something right before that.
About how you have not chosen me, but I've chosen you.
Right.
And ordained you. Yeah, that's,
Yeah, go ahead. I think what you said. Go ahead. Yeah, that's right. Sirach chapter 15, 25. It's like Sirach 25, starting at verse 4, says, "Oh, how only a thing is judgment for gray hairs, and for ancient men to know counsel. Oh, how comely is the wisdom of old men, and honorable, and understanding and counsel to men of honor."
Kind of like the brother was just going into. He said, now the elders of this society, they don't have much wisdom, but the true elders that have the wisdom are the men and the elders and apostles in this truth,
Right.
because those same men that they esteem in this society, not talking about our elders, but the men that they esteem in this society of age, those are old bottles, Every time we talk about the scripts, they downplay the scriptures, They got their own understanding of it, and it comes from the Christian church.
It comes from
Or their own
slavery.
personal belief.
It just comes from slavery.
Rape juice.
Indoctrination by a slave master.
Right.
It says, verse 6, much experience is the crown of old men.
Kind of what we were just talking about. We were just talking about the experience that our elders and apostles, or men, brothers in the truth, that are older than you in the spirit, what knowledge and wisdom or accounts they can give to you from experiencing the word, and dealing in this world.
It says, and the fear of the Most High God, Yahweh, is their glory.
What was that you just read?
Ecclesiastes, Sirach.
Somebody did Sirach 34 with around like 8. Sirach 34 and 8. Probably start at 7.
Yep, Sirach 34, starting at 7. It says, for dreams have deceived many, and they have failed.
You just jumped down to the point.
8, right?
Yeah.
It says, the law shall be found perfect without lies, and wisdom is perfect, is perfection to a faithful mouth. A man,
To a faithful mouth.
the experience have learned to become faithful if they were not from the beginning. They learned that through experience. Right? It says, verse 9, a man that have traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom.
Yeah.
He that have no experience knoweth little, but he that have travailed, so like travel, is full of prudence.
And that's much like this. Well, all the camps across the world, You got brothers that's young in the faith, but young in the faith, but have a lot of experience. For this camp in particular, Yahweh Shema Shop put the spirit on me at a younger age. But all these brothers up here have more wisdom and accountants and experience than I do. So they're able to share what I haven't been through yet, and how they dealt with it in the world, in the truth though.
It's been some, I'm the first to say that I've made mistakes. And now that I've learned the difference, and learned the right way from the mistakes, that's what you pass on. You know, but they still have to be persuaded in their own mind on the right way to do it. You know,
Yeah, and basically, experience, like, you know, that's why you got to know the meaning of words. You know, the apostles always stress that. You know, the word experience, it just means to try out.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You trying out certain experience, certain things, situations, man. You know, when you went through something, you tried it out, you observed it. That means you experienced it. You took from it. You know, and you know how to maneuver if you ever get into that situation again. You know, and we still getting experience, man. When you come into this thing, you don't stop. You don't just come in this thing and you say, "Oh, I'm experienced." No, you come up in this thing and you learn. As you continue to learn, and you're going to be going through the things that the scriptures tells you you're going to go through. It says you're going to be getting persecuted. It says Satan is going to be trying to hinder you. You know, you're going to come into temptation. You know, those are experiences, man.
And look, it's about to listen to stuff. About to
When you go through it and you make it through it, and you take from it, that makes you wise, because now you understand what it is and how to maneuver through it. That's what makes you applying this word is what makes you wise, man. Not knowing calculations and you know what's the mathematical, scientific, you know, all that bullshit that them niggas, you know, with them, you know, them big words that them niggas use, man. Them $1 million words. That doesn't make you wise at all, man.
$2 brains.
Yeah.
$2 brain with $1 million word, right?
Yeah, exactly, man.
It's more. It says verse 11. When I traveled, I saw many things, and I understand more than I can express. I oft times in danger, or at times whatever, in danger of death. Yet I was delivered because of these things, because of that wisdom that you was trying out, you was experiencing. It said, "The spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live, for their hope is in Him that saveth them." Yeah, so you only gonna, if you see, hold on, wisdom's gonna show you, like, I'm not gonna keep driving down this ditch because something bad can happen down in that ditch if I fall into it. So let me go back and try to figure out a better way before I get too deep in. I tried it and that ain't the way, so let me step back before I get jacked up in that. Yeah, so
Romans chapter 5, verse, I'm gonna start at the top, but the main point is verse 4. It says, "Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with the Most High through our Lord Yahweh Shah, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of the Most High." It says, "By whom also we have access by faith." It says, "Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with the Most High."
You started that one? When you started?
Yeah, that's
Oh, my bad, bro. I just caught that.
This brother. It says, "We have peace with the Most High through our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand."
And that grace is, you try things out, but He gonna keep you with wisdom from going too far in a bad experience. He gonna be like, nah, that ain't it. And He's gonna protect you from destroying yourself. Wherein the other people that don't have that wisdom, they gonna go headlong into that, they gonna fuck up and get destroyed.
It says, "And rejoice in hope of the glory of the Most High, and not only so, but we glory in tribulations."
That's why that's gonna be the whole pattern, right?
Let it come out. Let the word speak, brother. Verse 3, it says, "And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience." Okay? It says, "And not only so, but we glory."
Patience meaning you suffer through something.
Yep. "But we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience," or suffering through something, "and patience experience."
Yep.
All right?
And in this truth, a lot of brothers go through a lot of tribulations a lot of brothers go through a bunch of things, you know. Brothers been through everything from homelessness to being hungry, you know. it's countless accounts, you know. And through all these tribulations, they let other brothers know of how to get out of certain situations, how to deal with certain situations, and how to exit yourself out of the whole situation completely, you know. And with these are it's up to those men that they tell to then make the right decision that they see fit in their eyes to then how to maneuver through it.
Yeah, that's why you have brothers that, you know, they put out exhortation videos for the body, because, you know, certain brothers, they didn't had experiences in certain situations, so they'll bring it out in an exhortation for brothers that's going through it currently,
Right.
and they'll tell you how to, you know, to maneuver through it. Usually, you know, if a brother been through something, especially if it's like real high in the spirit, usually the biggest solution to it is, hey, bro, make sure you fasting like hell, man. Make sure you fasting as well as praying. You know, because you're gonna be going through certain things that's gonna, like, the only way for you to actually get through it is you might have to fast or pray for it, man. You know, other times, you know, you can just go revert back to the scriptures, because that's what the scriptures is for. It's here to comfort us, man. You know, that's using wisdom. You applying what you read in the scriptures to a lifetime situation, a moment that you're experiencing, man. You know,
That's what it's there for. That's what the big picture is about. That's what the big picture is about. The fact that you can that you have something or someone to draw this experience and wisdom from that'll guide you through the pitfalls of the world and of life.
Which makes the brotherhood so important, you know. Because if you was in this by yourself, yeah, you'd probably be out of it, you know. Because when you're going through something, say if you have nobody to talk to except y'all by Shimon Shai and the brotherhood, who else you gonna talk to? Because sometimes, well, not sometimes, most of the time, if you going through something or you down in the spirit, just a text or a call from the brother will bring you back up. I know it's happened to me countless number of times. You know, find a visit of a brother just popping up on you. That's like, oh damn, that brother really, you know, he care about not only his spirit, but he also care about how you dealing in the faith. You know, that's huge. And Yahweh Shema Shah said, he said, who is my mother and my brother? Those who are also doing the work of the Father. God.
Those are the ones that really, mother and father, right? Those are the ones that really care and nurture me and guide me.
Because your family don't understand what you're going through. Because they not in it. You tell them something about the scriptures, they bucking up against you, they cussing at you, they wish the worst upon you. But when you got a brother that's going through the exact same thing with you, that's the only person, or those are the only people that understand exactly what you're going through and to what capacity it's at.
Your family of the world, they're going to try to find a way to get you back to what they used to.
Right.
But your brother's going to try to keep you stable and founded in the spirit. In the spirit.
Say you're going through something real tough in the spirit. I'm not saying that you're going to talk to a dude in the world about it, but you're going to talk to somebody that you know in the world. They're like, oh, bro, you hit this blunt, all your problems will go away.
Yeah.
Wait, how can that fix my problem in the spirit?
That's going to create another problem.
Now you got 7 more demons attacking you. You know? But when you got a brother in the spirit, say you're going through a low in the spirit where it's hard for you to study, that brother is then going to be there with you and help you. He might just, he'll call you. Next thing you know, you're going over a lesson in the spirit over the phone. You know, and what is that doing? That's increasing you in the spirit. Now you know those precepts better because that brother has ultimately helped you through the spirit through Yahweh Shema Shai and allowed you to understand those precepts in that short amount of time.
I got something real quick. Ecclesiastes 4, verse 9. It says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth.
This is a
for
classic brotherhood scripture. Why the importance of the brotherhood. And anytime you talk about the importance of brotherhood, this is what you should read. This is what you should know. Start at the top.
I'm going to read it again. Ecclesiastes 4 and 9. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he have not another to help him up.
And this is lonely at the top. You don't want to be at the top with all this knowledge and nobody to share with, nobody gets it. You want to have somebody up there with you. That's the same thing. I hate to say it this way because I don't know the mind of the hour, but it's kind of like that. He puts us after this big deal. We get on a certain level underneath him, of course, but we get on a certain level to understand what he's thinking up there. We get to deal in his spirit with him and live the way he had ultimately understood that we should live long before all these trials, before he set all this thing up.
The script said two are better than one, you know?
Yeah.
When you got another brother with you, that y'all spirit is increased by each other. That's why the script say iron sharpeneth iron, you know? Because you and that brother go back and forth, not in competition, but to better yourself with the precepts. Say you just pick a topic through the spirit and say, let's just say faith. You and that brother go back and forth and precepts hitting faith. And once you hear a pre that you don't know, I gotta write that down, brother. What was that again? Next thing you know, you bringing out that same precept and he bringing out precepts that you're refreshed up onto his mind, you know?
One that you may have known but forgot about.
God.
But you don't use often enough, but it's a key point in there. This thing is, Most High set this big thing up perfectly, man. It's set up completely perfect. You know, you have to just have faith and trust in all of this. And I was going to use that last word that builds up that experience. After the experience is hope. You know, when you bring out about the experience. Yeah, hope was that last thing, and hope is one of the most powerful things that you could ever give somebody.
Yeah, we got this saying, you know, amongst brothers, like the brother Barack Gabar. There should be no loan sharks in this truth, man.
Right.
All right, this is not about you. All right, this ain't a one-man team. Like the brother Micah Allah say, there's no I in the word team.
Yeah.
Okay? This ain't about you, man. It's about the body, man. We're a collective. And we work way stronger as a unit than individually, man.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why two is always gonna be better than one. Always, man. You know? When a brother's feeling down in the spirit, you need another brother to lift you up, to put you in good spirits, man.
Right.
That's why the Lord brought a lot of brothers into this thing that got different spirits and personalities.
God.
You know, some brothers might have such an austere spirit, they don't know how to, you know, be calm and you know, kind of loosen up and you know, some brothers might just be austere all the time, but you need another brother that's more gentle, lighthearted, to balance his spirit out. And if he's around that type of brother, it's gonna balance out, man.
But for both of them.
For them both. He gonna learn from that brother how to be austere, and the other brother gonna learn how to calm himself and be more gentle.
Like it.
God. And just like you're saying, bro, every brother has a different spirit that Yahweh Shai has put on him. I know I personally take account of what every lesson that every brother in this camp has taught me, or everything that they teach me, you know. I know for Shaquat personally, he ain't go into a lot of how to deal in this world and with the wisdom. Me and Shapal, we always talk about the occurrences in the world, such as you got the earthquakes, things like that, natural disasters and stuff. Throughout this out, you always bring in everything. Yeah, prophecy is number one. And then for you, Yakinan, it's balance, you know. But every brother has something that they bring to another brother, you know. And every brother.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would have you.
If I could say what you bring to us, or at least to me, it's relatability to understand where those that may try to inquire to this thing are coming from. Like, I'm not attached to this world. I'm so far removed from the minds of this world. I don't know what they're thinking. But you being so still kind of not in the world, but being in the generation, you know, being in this generation at the time that you were born, you still bring a relatability to that. I don't have to go to class and deal with people, you know, on an everyday. You know, I do my job from home, but you still kind of have people around you that you got to deal with. You know, that ties it in for us.
1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know
Yeah. We're telling the truth about the Bible. What the Bible is really talking about. Not what the pastor may tell you or that you may have heard growing up, but the real truth about the Bible. The truth is, salvation ain't for everybody. The truth is, America will be destroyed, and God only loves a certain type of certain people. You know? Oh yeah, absolutely.
You said chosen. You said something. What you just said.
The chosen people.
Like every man word from the Bible is chosen.
Yep. Somebody can Deuteronomy 76 right now. But I mean, it's not according to skin color and nothing like that. It don't matter what you look like, it matters the type of spirit you have. Because you may have hold on one second. You may have a spirit of his chosen people, but you may look like somebody else. So
No.
this is serious, man. So we can't. Our time is valuable up here. You know. So if you really want to know, just fall back and listen. If not, hey,
Enjoy y'all vacation.
Go ahead. Go back. Go back to the.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away. Oh, sit down. Verse 1. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
Bro, where are y'all?
Go ahead to the
Jump down
1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 4. Now these are diversities of gifts by the same Spirit.
The same spirit from y'all, but you want a shot.
And there are differences of administrations.
We don't need gifts like we don't need gifts of how to roll a blunt, how to cook up crack, or how to holler at bitches. We don't need them gifts, man. That's worldly gifts or worldly.
There ain't no gifts.
Yeah, that's worldly stuff. That comes. You should already kind of know, you know, how to deal with on a certain level. But the spiritual gifts that the Most High gives you are what's really important. What you should really be looking for. Hey, and you know what? I'm talking about women, right? They gravitate to that. They see that you got a gift that the Most High gave you, and they'll gravitate to you because you got that type of gift. Because it's that special that the Most High gives to you.
All right, just for example, to back off of that, if you get, say a brother just start flying right now, all the women, oh my goodness, and that just lose it. They'll leave a man for a man that flies, or a man that.
Yeah, and it's true, man. That was a true statement.
He was fly, girl. You
Yeah.
see that?
No, flying, literally.
Yeah, like literally, he actually flew up. You know, how simple people can be, but it's real. It's real though. Let's read that. Yeah.
Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord.
Yep.
And there are diversities of operations, but the same power, which worketh all in all.
Kinds, because you have different brothers in this truth that gravitate towards certain things in the spirit. You might have a brother whose favorite topic to go in is faith, or a brother whose favorite topic to go in is prophecy. But we all well-rounded, you know. You have to be well-rounded in this truth. But you might have for example, a brother might love playing basketball and can see the spirituality of it, you know. Or a brother might love fishing himself and see how the aspects of fishing are brought into the words, you know. It deals with everything. A brother might be into nature a lot, so he knows how to work the herbs. He knows how to work the resins. He knows the different properties and minerals of stones and things of that sort. But it all goes back to the scriptures, you know.
It all gonna come back from that one righteous source, which is Yahweh
But the manifestations of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal.
It's to profit everybody. It's to profit the body. You know? Everybody is contributing, man. Everybody's doing their part, man. You know? Every brother, every special brother is bringing
Something to the table.
Every brother got a different voice.
Every brother got a different gift, which make up the whole body.
For example, like when you're looking at these other camps, your IUICs, your ISUPKs, they all sound the same. Like they literally all sound the same. They all sound. Everybody in IUIC want to sound like Nate or be up to Nate. Everybody in ISUPK want to go be like and sound like Johanna Khan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they all militant. It's just one spirit.
Khan. But when like you got the groups that's following the doctrine of Yahweh Shah, you got the GMS where every brother's voice sounds completely different, and they all bring something different with the words that they